Hey guys, it's Misty. I have the 20 questions and I want to answer them as honest and detailed as possible. Um, so, here we go. No particular order, and as I said, I will not disclose where the questions came from. I just wanted to answer them as um, complete as I possibly can without giving too much away. So, here we go. The first one is, what is my favorite color? My favorite color is purple. I really don't like to wear the color purple because I'm more of an earth tone, like tans and browns and nudes and black, um, print, but I couldn't see myself like wearing a purple sweater. But I do like the color purple. I really love lavender. My favorite food is pasta and seafood, except for clams, mussels, oysters. Ugh. But I love fish, shrimp, scallops, lobster, crab legs. Okay, what are some things that I hate the most? Hate is a strong word. I don't like to use the word hate. I don't like my kids to use the word hate. Um, but very much so dislike bugs. I don't like bugs. I don't like any type of bug. Anything with more than two legs does not need to be around me at all. And there have been occasions where my friends and family have seen me like literally spaz out just because there was a gnat in my face. I hate bugs. Um, why a reality show, and why do you consider yourselves as the Black Kardashians? To answer that, I was just recently, told by my publicist to not refer myself or my kids as the Black Kardashians, and that's mainly for legal reasons. So you will no longer see me hashtagging that Black Kardashians. But I meant that in a way that the way the family is set up is kind of similar. Um, Honestly, the only difference I see um, between us and them is that they already had money, when they started, when they had the show, and I don't. I'm starting from nothing, trying to build something. So, um, I love the Kardashians. I do, every last one of them. I think what Kris Jenner did, starting with the sex tape with Kim and Ray J, was genius. I can't knock her for the way she went about building this empire. Um, I loved it. I loved it. I love that about her, and I saw a lot of my potential in her and how she moved. I know I'm capable of the same thing, and that's what made me want to really go forward with it. I have, the four girls, one son, now a grandbaby. So that's, a total of seven of us in the household. Did I say that right? The five kids? One, yeah, seven of us in the household. And, the only difference too is that I'm a single mother. I'm not married. And I just felt like with a reality show, I can reach a lot of households. I feel like I would be more relatable because uh, we go through real life things. We don't go through, oh my God, we're not gonna go get to make it to this fashion show or this gala, um, things like that. That doesn't happen in everyday households. I felt like I was more real. I'm not saying they're fake. I'm saying that when a lot of people watch the Kardashians, they have a misconception of, they have the beautiful homes and the cars and the fame and the paparazzi and, the nice clothes and things of that nature. And people want those things, but not everyone is as fortunate. I myself don't have those things yet, but I'm, setting things in motion to where one day I will have those things. And I want to take people on that journey with me. I don't want to wait till I'm there and then get on TV and say, "Hey, I want you to, you know, come into my life, into my world, and see what I do." I want everyone to take this journey with me in hopes of inspiring and motivating other families, other single moms. Um, I want you guys to see me go through it all. I'm very open book about everything. So that was why I wanted to do the reality show. Enough about that, because you guys will see as this show goes on and once I start showing it. The reason I have not shown anything is there's a lot of legal stuff you have to go through, a lot of red tape. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything right. So while I am filming and catching as much as I can on film, it's just all about timing, making sure I've crossed every T, dotted every I, that type of thing. How did I feel about becoming a grandmother? Well, one, we don't say grandma, we say Mima, and it's a capital M-I, capital M-A. It's Mima. But how did I feel? In the beginning, of course, I was upset. My daughter did not tell me until she was almost 5 months. So I felt angry, hurt, betrayed. But at the same time, I knew that she had went too long without prenatal care and that she needed me regardless of what I was feeling. I think that was one of the times that I cried the hardest in my life, because I did my part. I knew, mothers know. I knew that something was going on. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew. And I did my part. I took all 3 of them to the gynecologist. I made sure all 3 of them were on birth control. And yet it still happened. So I was angry, of course. I was hurt. I was disappointed. My kids have seen me struggle. They have seen me at my worst. They have seen what I've had to go through to make sure that they had everything. And I didn't want that for my daughter. But at the same time, I wasn't going to turn my back on her. And I was going to be her rock, and I was going to be there throughout the entire process. Now that baby Soraya is here, I'm so in love. I love that baby, and I tell her every day, you are Mima's heartbeat. And I couldn't imagine my life without you. My heart would stop beating if you weren't here, Soraya Royale. And Mima loves you. I tell her that every day. She's a blessing, regardless. And Tatiana's a very good mom. She is. She's a natural at it. Do I receive support from my hometown? Yes, I do. I went back recently, and the love and support that I received was very overwhelming and very beautiful. It was a great feeling. I was still nervous about the trip back home because there's so much pain back there, but I had my friend who's now a reverend pray with me over the phone prior to leaving, and the trip was a success. I don't receive a lot of support from my immediate family. I've always had a restrained relationship on both sides, my mother and my father, so my immediate family, I'm being completely honest, if they do support what I do, I don't see it. But from family members that are not immediate, yes, they express their love and support, and I truly appreciate it, and I love you guys. Do I want more kids? Well, I got my tubes untied in 2007 to have another one, which we have Ronnie. Yes and no, because I'm okay if I never have another baby, but if I were to get married, I would want to have another one with my husband. Do I want to get married? I've been divorced. I was engaged and gave the ring back because I truly was not in love with that person, and they didn't deserve that, and neither did I. So I've been married, divorced, engaged, unengaged, and now I'm single. Yes, of course, I want to get married one day. Um, yeah, yeah, I do. What do I fear the most? I try not to fear anything because I believe in God wholeheartedly. However, I'm human. So, one of my worst fears is to be in a car accident. So, when I'm in the car and I'm the passenger, I'm not a good passenger. I'm always thinking that person's driving too fast, not paying attention, running up on the back of cars. I don't trust anyone's driving but my own and my dad's. Um, what do I love most about being a mom? Growth. I learn something new every day. A lot of. I was a mother of four at 21, and they were all back to back. They were all a year apart, and I learned a lot. I grew with my kids, and I would say just I love being a mom. Being a mom keeps you grounded. It keeps you focused on what's really important in life. My kids drive me crazy. I swear to God, there's never a dull moment in my house. They're all different. They all have these different personalities. You have one that has an attitude, one that's passive aggressive, one that is sneaky, one that has so much mouth, but she's not about that life. And then you have Milani, she has everyone wrapped around her finger, and she's spoiled. And I mean that in a way that, yes, she gets everything she wants, like toys and stuff, but with the love and affection from her older siblings is just beautiful to me. And it always makes me tear up when I see how they are with their baby sister. But I love being a mom. I love every bit of it, even the challenging moments. What I will never do is turn my back on my children like I felt that my mother and father have done to me throughout my life in some sort of way. Because of that, and because of my reservations with that, I refuse, no matter what my kids do, to turn my back on them. Who's my favorite kid? I don't have one. I will never have one. I love them all the same. But like my father used to do with us growing up, he treated us according to how we acted. And all of them are different. So, I might yell at Todd a lot quicker than maybe Jasmine because Tatiana has a tendency to do some annoying things. This is just an example, but I love all my children the same. There's no difference. We just have different relationships. I love that though. I don't have the same relationship with all of them together. It's all different. And of course, I got my only son, so how mother and sons are. What is my beauty skin secret? Well, I had a strict dad growing up, and the one thing that he stressed to us was your face. Is the first thing everyone sees, and he was very strict on how we took care of our skin and our teeth. There were some times where he would have what he called teeth and face checks, and what that meant was he would take a white rag and put alcohol on it, and he would wipe our face, and if there was dirt on it, we got in trouble. He would take his fingernail and go like this and scratch our teeth like this and see if there was plaque on his nail, and if there was, we got in trouble. So I was afraid. I didn't want to get in trouble. So I would scrub my face till I couldn't scrub it anymore, and brush my teeth till I couldn't brush them anymore. So that, and then my mom, as a young kid, she would always be on top of my teeth and everything. I've never had braces. I've never had cavities. So I would have to say my beauty secret is to just always wash your face. Always brush your teeth. Make sure you get that tongue. And exfoliate. Now that I'm getting older, I'm really into oil of Olay, Regenerist products, um, shea butter. Um, I have oily skin, so I try not to put that on at night because your skin gets oilier, more oily at night as you sleep. Um, but I try to not wear makeup if I don't have to. Just let my skin breathe. And if I feel like I'm getting a pimple, the first thing I do is I rub it down with alcohol because alcohol will dry it up. I don't use anything else but alcohol when it comes to acne. Any type of, your period pimples, things like that. Um, what made me get into the field that I'm in? My kids. And the fact that I don't want to, I'm a boss. And I say that in the most humble way. I just can't see myself working for someone else the rest of my life. Now, right now, yes, I have a 9 to 5 because that's my bread and butter right now. But that's not gonna be for long because I just want to do things on my time, my schedule. I have the mentality of a boss. I just have so many ideas. I want this reality show. I want a clothing line. I want a book. I want a perfume. I want I want to give back to the community. I want to come back to my hometown and I want to put people on. I have certain individuals already in line. I just want to help people. Was I with a woman before, and would I do it again? Yes, I was with a woman years ago for about 4 years, and if I were to ever revisit that again, it would only be with her. The weird thing about that is I'm not really into women. It was just her. It was just something about her that I found intriguing. And we had a 4-year relationship. Wasn't what everyone thought, though. It was really as if I was in a relationship with a guy because that's how she lived her life. I'll explain that more as well, throughout my show. I don't want to give you guys too much with these questions, but I will get into detail because one thing about Misty is I love giving details. But yes, I was with a woman before, and the only way I would do it again is if it was with that particular person. And I don't see that happening. We're actually just friends at this point. I mean, that's been it's a little over 10 years. Why a woman? Why have I been with a woman? Like I said, it was just something about her. And I think at that point in my life, I was young. I was 22. I was curious. I was intrigued, and she had me, just in awe of seeing a person literally living a life like that. Because coming from a small town, you really didn't see that growing up. So I was kind of like starstruck, for lack of a better word. And it just had me interested. And I went with it. I'm one to try anything once except for crack and heroin. I believe in living your life and live it how you want to live it, What do you look for in a man? This answer would have been so different about 10, 15 years ago. First and foremost, he has to be a man of God and be spiritual in some sort of way. I'm not saying you have to be in church every Sunday because I'm not in church every Sunday, but that's first and foremost. If you acknowledge God and he's a big part of your life, that speaks volumes to me. I'm a big on teeth. I can't stress that to you enough. All of this, Your front's got to be on point. Um, Material wise, I pay attention to how a man dresses, how his shoes, the watch on his wrist, um, how he carries himself. I've always been taught real men walk in silence. They don't have to be so boastful. Don't have to wear all the bling bling and the showing up and showing out. I'm not with all that. Less is more to me. Um, have to make me laugh. I love deep conversation about everything, from wildlife to politics to religion to family to your favorite food to whatever. I like to get to know you. I'm one that's mentally stimulated. If I'm mentally stimulated, everything else falls into place. Would I date someone younger? No, I would not. I'm not into molding someone into what I need them to be. I've raised 5 children. I don't need to raise anyone else. I see all these young guys on TV because I really think Trey Songz is cute. There's a lot of sex appeal, but would I date him? No. I've never been into anyone younger than me. I've had 2 that are my age, and they were lucky to even. They've always had to have been at least 5 years older than me. Who is my celebrity crush? Everyone knows it's Tyrese, and I kind of have a thing for Mark Wahlberg, but Tyrese for sure. And a couple more questions here. What do I expect to get out of this show? And like I said earlier, I want to be a voice. I want mostly women to know that you got this. To love yourself more. To know that it's okay to be sexy after 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. To know that no matter what you've done in life, you can still get up every day and focus on your dreams. Go for your dreams. Go for what you want to go for. I've been through a lot, and like I said, I'm trying not to discuss certain things because I want to keep it for the show, but I've been through a lot, and I have never let it define me or tell me what my future holds. And I mean that. We all have choices in life, and some of us choose to use things as crutches, and some of us, such as myself, have chose to say, hell no, I'm not going to let this define who I am. No, I'm going to use this, I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to use this to my benefit. And I want all women to know that I'm a big advocate for single women out there doing it. And I don't want you to settle, ladies. I don't want you to settle and think that this is it. Okay, I got kids, and my body's not the same, or now I don't have the money to do this or do that. You can do anything you put your mind to. If you want it bad enough, you can do it. And I want to be that voice. I want to be that inspiration for you. I want to be that guidance. I want to be that person you can come and talk to and vent to. I want you to see me, what I do, and feel free to mimic anything. Because I've lived a lot. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. And to be sitting here today with my sanity, not addicted to drugs, not an alcoholic, and to accomplish what I have accomplished so far, I know that there's a God, and I know that there's a plan. He has a plan for me, and I really feel like this is what I'm destined to do, is lead people and show them that we're all beautiful. And I love people. I love everyone, and I just want to be there to help everyone somehow, some way. I don't care if it's just a phone conversation or in any way that I can help. I want to do that. So, to answer you guys' questions, I think I answered them all. Stay tuned for In My Lane, and there's more to come. I mean, in this business, you have to stay consistent and you have to just keep yourself relevant. So I apologize for all the pictures I always post, but it's part of what I do. I'm always promoting my kids. I want their faces out there. Um, I've laid a lot of groundwork over the last 3 years and finally starting to see a lot come from that. Meeting a lot of the right people, people that can really help guide me and get me to where I'm really trying to go. And like I told a couple people when I went back home, when I win, we win, and I mean that because I'm very real and down to earth. So when I say I got you, I got you. I love my town. My Uniontown made me, and I will never forget that. So I got you guys. Just be patient and just keep supporting me and praying for me. And yeah, God bless. I love you guys. Take care.